So I wanted to read you something from Approaching the Buddhist Path by His Holiness. And so this is from chapter 9, which is called Tools from the Path. Tools for the Path. And it's under the subsection of general advice. Okay. So learning the Dharma is different from learning subjects in school. Not only is our motivation different, we seek the method to attain fortunate rebirth, liberation, or awakening, but also the methodology is different. Our spiritual mentors present topics that are comparatively easy to understand, as well as those that are more challenging in the same Dharma talk. And if you've ever had teachings with His Holiness, you see him do that. He will start out with something simple, then go into something that only the Geshis understand, come out of it into something we can understand. So it's a whole different way of presenting, okay? Sometimes our spiritual mentors' response to our questions leads to more confusion. Actually, they do that deliberately because it gets us to think. Our mentors instruct us to think about the topic and discuss it with others, but we want them to give us the right answer. We don't want to think. Just tell me what the answer is. Unlike academic subjects in the West, where we are expected to remember and understand everything our teacher says so that we can pass a test, this is not necessarily the case in Dharma education. While we should try and remember and reflect on salient points of a lecture, we are not expected to understand all the intricacies of a topic at once. Yeah, this is very important, okay? Teachers explain a topic to plant seeds in our mind streams so that we will become familiar with the vocabulary. Having heard the topic once, the next time we hear it, we will be able to focus on the concepts because we have some familiarity with the vocabulary already. By hearing and reflecting on a teaching repeatedly, our understanding and ability to integrate the meaning into our lives will gradually increase. So they really teach us as a gradual process. Yeah, so it's important to remember, otherwise we study something and then we can't understand everything in it, and we go, oh, I can't understand, and this is so terrible, and, relax, because like as the Holiness says, it's often done at the beginning to plant seeds in our mind. Yeah, so plant seeds, you just hear it. You remember a little bit, you get familiar with the words. Then you hear it again, you understand a little bit more. You hear it again, you understand more. Okay? So expect to learn in that way. Okay? Understanding the Dharma is not dependent on worldly intelligence. Some people who are brilliant in academic studies or worldly affairs have great difficulty understanding Dharma principles. Okay. On the other hand, some people who do not do well in school quickly catch the intent of the Buddha and practice diligently. Okay, this is very true. I've seen examples of it again and again. Yeah. For this reason, we should not be arrogant because we have worldly intelligence, and also not put ourselves down if we don't have a lot of worldly intelligence. Because learning the Dharma is a different ballgame. We need to be patient with ourselves and let go of unrealistic expectations for quick attainments. We should also avoid comparing ourselves to others and feeling proud that we are more advanced than our friends, or lamenting that we lag behind them. Comparing ourselves to others, useless. Each person has different predispositions from previous lives, so no two people will progress at the same speed or in the same way. Comparison of this sort only breeds jealousy, arrogance, and competition. qualities that waste time and are not conducive for transforming our mind. Similarly, due to karmic connections in previous lives, our friends may be drawn to a particular teacher who does not particularly inspire us, and vice versa. Okay? Rather than be influenced by peer pressure, we must choose our teachers depending on the quality of guidance we receive from them and the depth of connection we feel with them. We should avoid comparing the practices our teachers instruct us to do with those that our friends are prescribed to do by another teacher. Yeah, because the teachers are different, sometimes the traditions are different, the way of guiding people is different, we as disciples are different. Because no two sentient beings are identical, the Buddha taught a wide variety of practices so people could share those suitable for them. So people could find those suitable for them. That does not make one practice better and another worse. It simply means that one practice is more suitable for one person and a different practice for another person. At a buffet dinner, one person may like rice and another noodles. Debating which is best, trying to convert our friends to our preference, or feeling out of place because we aren't attracted to the one our friends like, are useless. The point is for each person to eat food that nourishes his or her body. We should study with teachers who inspire us and practice in the way that works best for us. So what our friends do may be something different, yeah? Strong, continuous, and stable spiritual experiences are more reliable than powerful, fleeting ones. Some beginners have a strong emotional feeling that they must renounce everything and meditate in solitude for the rest of their lives. My generation of Dharma practitioners, this was all of us. Yeah, we were going to the mountains, we were going to get enlightened. In that lifetime, at least in another month. Instead of immediately searching for an isolated retreat hut, they should keep practicing and see if after a year the feeling has the same intensity. If it does, they should consult their teacher for guidance. Because the idea is we may have all sorts of intense experiences in our meditation, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily accurate ones. And even if they are accurate ones, the point is to have a stable, continuous mental transformation, not a peak high and then, we get discouraged again because we haven't had a blast of bliss for a while. Okay? But to really keep our practice steady and develop steady understandings. For most people, meditating in isolated retreat for years is not an option or even a preference. The vast majority of us need to balance Dharma study and sitting meditation with our daily life activities. Formal daily sitting practice enables us to deepen and integrate our understanding of the Dharma in a concentrated way. But the actual determining factor of the effectiveness of our practice manifests in our behavior. Okay, there's a story of someone who meditated in an isolated cave for years and thought his practice was progressing well. But when he went down to town to get supplies, somebody criticized him, and his anger immediately flared, and he began shouting at the other person. Okay? So similar incidences in our life show us which disturbing emotions we need to put more energy into taming in our sitting practice. People often ask how to balance formal Dharma practice with actively engaging in projects that benefit others. If you are a householder, 50-50 is a good balance. But remember that how this balance manifests in your life will change according to circumstances, so be flexible. Stabilize your compassion through formal practice and express it through active service to others. Work at transforming your motivation, thus making your daily activities part of the Dharma path. Okay, I think I'll stop here because otherwise I get so excited I want to read you the whole book. So anyway, that's a taste. So that's pretty practical, good advice, isn't it? That it would be helpful to know before you even start and to have in written form so that after you start practicing, you can refer back to it, and get yourself grounded again where you need to be grounded. Okay, so enjoy approaching the Buddhist path and enjoy the whole series of the Library of Wisdom and Compassion.